Ian Robertson here from Full View Home Inspector Marketing. Today we're going to give you an inside look into how to optimize your website for AI like ChatGPT and Gemini and things like that. It's a growing field and obviously people are using it more and more every day. So how can we make sure that we are found not only when people search us on something like Google, but also when they're asking questions about inspection related items on AI? Now this is a very technical field, so we're only going to give the basics. So what you as somebody maybe making your own website can do. The first thing we're going to say is to use WordPress. We realize that Wix and Weebly and all of those are very easy to use. The problem with them is if you ever want to advance, you're going to end up having to build a whole new website on WordPress anyways. There are other platforms like Webflow and things like that that will work very well. But ultimately, the most tools and the most effective tools are on WordPress. That's why more of the internet, one of the many reasons why more of the internet is made up of WordPress than any other platform. So, a lot of these are going to be related to WordPress, and a lot the tools that we're going to show you are going to be related to WordPress. If you don't have WordPress, that's fine. There's still things that you can do and things in this video that are going to be very helpful. So let's talk about the 3 basic things that we can do to optimize our website for ChatGPT and AI. We're going to talk about 1, the content and how we structure that content. That sounds complicated, but it's just a matter of changing the way we word things a little bit and meeting it in the middle. Second of all, a specific file that we need. And third, the very, very basics of structured data. A very dangerous field if we do it wrong, but an amazing field if we do it right. So let's talk about that first one. So first of all, let's talk about our content. Here's an example of content that's structured well for both AI and humans. I say that because if we look at strictly what works best for AI, as of the recording of this video, AI covers as much of the search field as Microsoft does. So that's really not a lot. Google still covers the vast majority of searches. And even if somebody finds you through AI, your wording can't really be written just for AI, it'll sound weird. So here's some things that work, and here's some things that AI might tell you different, but why we do it a little bit different. So first of all, tell AI and everybody who you are, what you do, and all that good stuff right up at the top. So first of all, Premier Home Inspection, your premier home inspector in Kentucky and Southern Indiana. Perfect. AI knows where you are. When somebody's searching, they can find you there. And then down below there, we have where they service and why hire them. They're highly qualified. Now, if you were to strictly optimize for AI, you'd have a question and answer structure to your whole website. And that's okay if you were just optimizing for AI, but again, it's a very small field and it's always changing. So now you make your website with all questions and answers. They change it, how you optimize it. 6 months from now, 4 years from now, and then you're changing all your content. Typically, they're going to want questions and answers. Why are we the best? Here's why. How many years of experience do we have? This is how many years of experience that we have. While that can be helpful to be found at first, especially if you don't have the extensive structured data that we're going to show you later on the back end, it's not really going to matter. So instead, answer questions without always asking the question. They want to know how many years of experience that you have. They want to know what your certifications are. They want to know your services. They want to know what's included in your home inspections. So basically what that comes down to is adding more content to your website. Now, everybody makes the argument of, well, the website should be simple. Yes, but the average person will never scroll farther than what I'm scrolling right here. That's as far as they're really going to go. And in fact, this hero area up here, there's a large percentage that will never go past that hero area. They're just going to look around, they're going to click the phone number or schedule an inspection. It's a very quick instance that people see. So everything below where this particular inspector has his reviews, yeah, there's going to be some people that scroll down there and that's going to help convert them. The longer they go on your site, the more likely you're going to convert them. But a lot of that is for Gemini and AI and even just standard Google search. So have a good amount of content, not repetitive content, and not just, AI garbage, but have real human content. So basically, the best way we can optimize for AI with our content, and again, this is just a quick video without going extensively into it, is to have enough of it. So if we have enough content for AI to chew on, it's usually going to be a good thing for us. The last thing I'll mention about the content is FAQs. AI loves FAQs. You can treat every page like an FAQ by answering questions that people would ask about your business. If you want to add an FAQ to your website, we do a lot of that on the back end because that's written very much for AI. But you're going to want structured data. You're going to want somebody that knows how to write structured data. We do ours in a JSON format. And you're going to want that nice and clean and have it tested with a schema tester. It's complicated, but for the most part, answer the questions that people are going to have and have enough content on your website. Let's look at point number 2. For point number 2, WordPress is going to be the best for this. It automatically does a feature for you if you use a plugin called Yoast SEO. We do recommend it. If you use the free version, you get quite a bit on it. So, to make sure that your website is optimized for AI on the back end with Yoast SEO, this is the easiest thing in the world. Go to Settings, and for the purposes of this website, we're just using a staging site at the moment. Go to Advanced, and this LLMS text file. This is the easiest thing to do. Turn that on. And unless you're really advanced, not that it's overly advanced, but keep this box checked, automatic page selection. Save changes. And what this does is it creates a specific text file that your website basically hands out to AI, whatever AI comes to your website. So the content of your website, or imagine your website as a restaurant. The content of your website is your actual meals. You want to have a good meal when AI gets there. So that's the content of your website. The menu of your website is the structured data we're going to show you in just a moment. But before people even get to your restaurant to look at the menu or to even try your meals, you want to hand out a flyer. Say, you should go to our restaurant. This is what we're about. And it attracts them to your restaurant to stay for a bit and have a meal. This particular text file here is something that basically your website hands out like a flyer. It says, here you go, AI, and you can read about us, and here's what we're about, and here's some information about our website. Really, really easy to do. Make sure that's turned on. And if you're not using a service that offers this particular file, you can manually add it. It's a little bit more complex, but WordPress with Yoast SEO makes it super easy. Now let's talk about structured data. Again, if you're using WordPress, structured data becomes very easy, the basic structured data. For your website, go to whatever page on the back end and scroll down as long as you have Yoast SEO added to your website. Here, you'll click on Schema. So schema markup, structured data, all that stuff. Click on that, and then you'll basically choose what type of page it is. So most of your web pages are just going to be written as web page. So your services page, things like that, but that's going to give basic schema markup, structured data to your website. This one is the About page, so we'd probably pick that. FAQ page, be careful with the FAQ page again. If you don't have the deeper back-end structure of the FAQ page, Google will tend to spit this back at you, and AI won't spit it back at you. They'll just not like the taste of it and not tell you. Same thing with the QA page. Most of this is going to fall under About page, Web page, Contact page, and Collection page for most home inspection websites. Those are going to be the ones that you use. Collection page is for your blog. So here we're going to, because this is the About page, we're going to click About page. Now you have all of your schema markup on the back end saying, this is the About page of our website. If you want information about me or my company, come to this page. There's also some other advanced settings that you can do. If you go into Yoast and click First Time Configuration, There it's going to walk you through what you need to do. So you'll add in a little bit of optimization. You'll give it the name of your company and all that stuff. And it seems very basic, like Google should already know that and AI should already know that, and they do. But it's going to structure the data so that it's more permanent and palatable when they come. When they look at your website, it's going to make them want to show up more. We are not going to show you how to do the advanced structured data. Some of that's proprietary for a lot of companies, how you write your structured data. That's where the magic happens with SEO, so to speak. So you're not going to find a lot of SEOs out there that are going to say, oh yeah, let me show you how I do all of my structured data. But at the same time, ultimately you can see what's on the back end of most websites for structured data because it's meant to be there to be seen. But a word of warning, if you decide to start writing your own structured data and doing it a little bit more advanced, and you're starting to paste JSON files into the headers of pages and things like that, if you do it wrong, it's worse than if you had not done it at all. It is a slippery slope if you don't do it all the time. It took me a long time to research, understand, and optimize structured data in a website. And just because Google Search Console or something doesn't spit it back at you doesn't mean it's optimized. You could be optimizing for the wrong keywords, for the wrong areas, or no areas at all. So just because it works doesn't mean it's going to work well. So those are the 3 simple ways that you can, especially on WordPress, optimize your website for AI. Stay tuned for more videos from Full View Home Inspector Marketing, and thank you for watching.